This is a message to David Beckham. I consider you, along with Kim Woodburn and Monty Don, to be a gay icon. You were the first Premiership footballer to do shoots with gay magazines like Attitude, to speak openly about your gay fans, and you married a Spice Girl, which is the gayest thing a human being can do. But now it's 2022, and you've signed a reported £10 million deal with QATAR to be their ambassador during the FIFA World Cup. Qatar was voted as one of the worst places in the world to be gay. Homosexuality is illegal, punishable by imprisonment, and if you're Muslim, possibly even death. You've always talked about the power of football as a force for good, which suggests to me that you've never seen West Brom. But generally I agree. So with that in mind, I'm giving you a choice. If you end your relationship with Qatar, I'll donate this 10 grand of my own money, that's £1 for every million you're reportedly getting, to charities that support queer people in football. However, if you do not, at midday next Sunday, I will throw this money into a shredder just before the opening ceremony of the World Cup and stream it live on a website I've registered called benderslikebeckham.com. Not just the money, but also your status as a gay icon will be shredded. You'll be forcing me to commit a crime, although even then, I reckon I'll get off more likely than I would if I got caught whacking off a lad in Doha. The choice is yours. I look forward to hearing from you.
Well, guys, it looks like Joe Lycett is about to lose £10,000. I mean, this is a bit of a bombshell, isn't it? Let's be honest, right? Not unexpected from someone like Joe Lycett, who's a comedian and an activist. So I checked out his website, benderslikebeckham.com, and sure enough, it is there. And on that website, you have a transcript of everything he says in the video, you have the video itself, and you also have a countdown timer, which is counting down from the time this video is being made up until Sunday at midday, where he is threatening to shred this 10 grand. Thing is, much as I understand what Joe Lycett is trying to do here, I'm not quite sure what David Beckham can do, because I'm assuming David Beckham has signed his contracts and agreed to his massive 10 million fee. So if David Beckham suddenly backs out now, surely he will be sued for breach of contract and probably have to pay some sort of penalty fee for not actually fulfilling his duties that he's agreed to, for which he would have been paid that massive 10 million sum. Thing is David Beckham willing to do that? Is he willing to say, you know what, let this guy shred 10 grand, let my status as a gay icon, I didn't know he was a gay icon, but let it be left in tatters, I've got to do the job I've said I'm going to do, and that's exactly what is going to happen. And then I've got to be honest, if David Beckham does do that, and doesn't respond to Joe Lycett, will Joe Lycett really shred 10 grand? £10,000. He said if Beckham backs out, he'll give that money to charities that help gay and lesbian people who are persecuted in various countries. But then I thought to myself, well, if he has to shred it, would he really shred all 10 grand? Or would he have stacks of, sheets of paper with a real £5 note at the top to look like? Because it seems like such a massive waste. Surely you'd better just to give the money to charity anyway, rather than just shredding it. So I just question whether he'll do that. I mean, you could use that money to feed so many hungry people. You could use that money to clothe so many poor people. I mean, you could use that money to do so much good in your community. Why shred it just to make this kind of point? I'm not really sure it's worth it. Well, I'm guessing David Beckham must have seen this by now. He's probably strategizing with his team as to what to do. But I will be back next Sunday at midday to see if this money is being shred. And I really hope that isn't the case. That's a good sum. You could buy a car with that. Yep. After you've helped the poor, of course. No, you'd just help the poor. Don't forget about buying a car. Forget I even said that. I would give all the money away. Of course I would. Yes, give it all to charity. Yes, of course, because I'm a good person. Yeah.